Well, hello, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, Good news for the Eagles. Good news for the Eagles. Landon Dickerson, who was carted off to the locker room yesterday and with a knee injury, he had his Tyler Guyton moment. You know, what was feared to be an ACL ended up not being an ACL. He's got a torn meniscus and will have a procedure done, and looks like he's going to be week to week. And Philly 500, who said, "Are you trying to piss off Eagle fans?" I thought that was my goal in life, was to always piss off Eagle fans. Yeah, I always try and piss off Eagle fans because they always try and piss off me. With the meniscus is kind of like, it's between the knee joints and basically is like a cushion. And when you get a torn meniscus, like, you'll get your knee kind of hanging up. I had a torn meniscus and I had surgery on my knee. And I tell you what, my meniscus had been torn for years. And after I had the procedure done, literally within days, it was feeling a heck of a lot better. And depending on how severe the tear is, if it's a kind of just a tear and they go in, it can be like 4 to 6 weeks. And so, oh, there's a frog. Hey, froggy. Frog just look. I don't know if you can see him over there on the rock. He just came out of the water. See him right there on there? Bud Wiser. And of course the fishies. The water's getting dirty because the filter had a clog in it that I had to take care of. And so when I did, it ended up releasing a lot of sludge over in the bottom. But it'll clear up. It's definitely dark now. It was crystal clear. But anyway, that's good news for them. And you can best believe that he's going to do everything to be there for week one, as you would expect. So there's that. On the flip side, for our Cowboys, I have been thirsty. I've been thirsty for a great defensive tackle for the Cowboys. Interior defensive tackles have been something that the Cowboys just don't seem to know anything about, and just don't seem to know how to go about finding one. We just can't seem to get one, and it sucks. I am actually mystified right now because I thought he didn't play in the game. Okay, Mazi Smith, you guys know, from the time we got Mazi, I've had such great hopes. I met his mother last year, and she said, "Thank you for defending my son," and I'm trying to do the best I can to figure out what the hell's going on. I think part of the problem with Mazi is they have screwed up his psyche, and dealing with the Dallas Cowboys fan base, that it's almost like he's checked out. That his mind is just not right as far as being a Dallas Cowboy. He played in a preseason game, and I didn't know he did. It was only for a couple series, but they were the early series. Now the Cowboys, they basically said, "We're not going to play our regular starters. If you're playing in that game and you are listed as a starter, it's because we really need your ass to do some work because you're not doing good." And I'm going to say that everybody else was doing better than what Mazi Smith was doing. And, the Cowboys, when you draft a guy in the first round, you don't want to let him go. You want to give him every opportunity because you don't want to admit that we screwed the pooch on a draft pick. You don't want to admit that. You want to say, "Yeah, we drafted that guy, he's really good." Cowboys can't do that with Mazi right now. You can't, because they haven't, first of all, decided what they want from Mazi. If they want him to be a one technique interior guy to stop the run, or if they want him to be a pass rushing, 3 technique. And I think in his mind, he is just checked out of the position that maybe the best thing for his career and going forward. This mosquito's out here bad tonight. Damn, they're eating me alive. That the best thing might be for both parties is for him to start over someplace else. 3 defensive coordinators in 3 years each with a different thing that they want him to do. I just don't think that he can figure out which side is up anymore. And you just kind of see the body language, and he just seems like he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He is literally here. I'm always going to defend my people. Okay, I'm always going to look at one technique, guys, and try and help you out so you understand what goes on. The thing is as a one technique guy, you can't, or even a three, you can't be in your mind questioning what you're doing or thinking about what you're doing. You have to be able to react right now, because if you're not in the right position, you get blown out. And that's what it looks like it's happening right now, that he just looks completely lost and is just not even relying on his technique at the moment. I got to get out of these mosquitoes. Damn. They are eating me alive. Damn. Damn. Fucking mosquitoes. Damn, look at that. Yeah, I got to get out of here. I got to get some mosquito spray. Damn, they must like, you tasty. Damn. They are eating me alive out here right now. I need to get the lawn stuff to put on here and try and get it down a little bit, because this is bad. But he seems like he doesn't know where he's supposed to be, what he's supposed to be doing. He looks completely lost. And, of course, we got the fan base out there. He sucks. I don't think they've ever used him the right way. And I think that's the biggest problem that the Cowboys have with Mazi Smith. And it might be the best thing is to move on. Now, there is when you talk about a first round pick, I can think about Taco Charlton. And Taco, first round pick, they had a need that they really needed, an edge rusher, and they drafted him, and after 2 seasons, they ended up letting him go. Boss Man Fat, same thing. 2 seasons, he was a second round pick. They let him go. So it's not like the Cowboys haven't moved on from guys that were highly drafted and touted. It's better to cut your losses. If it's not working, and if he can't crack the lineup, then taking a spot at this point may not be the best thing. I still believe the best thing the Cowboys could do is, going forward, is get Micah Parsons signed, get yourself some extra cash, and actually go out there and get a legitimate interior defensive lineman who will help you. I gotta get out of here. Damn. Who will help you teach the young guys. Damn, these mosquitoes are vicious out here this evening. Good God, help me. Okay. Get yourself a veteran that's going to help us right now, that will help us to teach these young guys. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Got to do it. All right, I got to go get me some bug spray here, because this shit is ridiculous.